Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on to better explain what's going on and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. This video comes from New Jersey. The way videos or incidents that involve deaths and police activity, the way those are done in New Jersey is a lot different than how it's done in the other parts of the country. I cannot recall if any New Jersey agency has released footage on their own. To my knowledge, based off all the footage that I've seen so far or that I can remember seeing, has all come from the New Jersey Attorney General's office. Back 2019, they created a new law in New Jersey. It basically put the responsibility of independently investigating police-involved deaths to the New Jersey Attorney General's office, and they have so many days or a time frame of when an incident occurs to be able to release footage to the public, to be as transparent as possible, and to conduct an independent investigation of that incident and determine whether or not they're going to bring charges against an officer or present it to grand jury or whatever. So they do that thing, and then they will release their information or the videos and everything out when they do that. So I will read to you their news release for this incident, and then I will play the 911 call, a body-worn camera, and a surveillance camera that was released in this public relations thing. Jersey City, New Jersey. The Attorney General's office today released video footage and a 911 call related to a fatal police-involved shooting that occurred on May 24, 2022 in Jersey City, New Jersey. The deceased has been identified as Joseph Robertson, 59, of Jersey City. The officer who fired his service weapon at Mr. Robertson has been identified as Officer Omar Polanco of the Jersey City Police Department. The fatal shooting remains under investigation by the Office of Public Integrity and Accountability. The recordings are being released pursuant to policies established by the Attorney General's office in 2019, blah, 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 blah. According to preliminary investigation, uniformed officers of the Jersey City Police Department responded to a 911 call made shortly after 11:56 p.m., reporting a domestic dispute involving a man with a gun near the intersection of Communipaw Avenue and West Side Avenue, Jersey City, New Jersey. When officers arrived, they encountered a man, Mr. Robertson, and a woman near the BP gas station. Mr. Robertson pulled the woman closer to him and placed the woman in a headlock. Mr. Robertson pointed what appeared to be a firearm at the woman. At this time, Officer Polanco fired his weapon, fatally wounding Mr. Robertson. Officers and emergency medical personnel rendered first aid to Mr. Robertson, and he was pronounced deceased at the scene at 12:19 a.m. A firearm was recovered near Mr. Robertson. And that's pretty much the end of that. They talk more about their 2019 law and stuff like that. All right, so here's the 911 call that came in.
911 for the 122. What's the address of your emergency? Hello?
Hi, can I get some police here, please?
What is the address, ma'am?
Clinton Avenue.
Clinton Avenue?
Yes.
Any apartment or floor? Is your phone number? Is it the...
Yes.
And what's going on there, ma'am?
Is the guy following me with a gun?
And who is that guy? Are you inside the apartment right now?
No, I'm walking right and he's walking behind me. I'm walking to the west side.
And you said, you're... What's a gun?
Yes. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, ma'am. You said you're in Clinton Avenue?
Yes.
And what is he wearing, ma'am?
Black shirt, gray arm jacket.
Okay, gray jacket, black shirt.
Yes. I'm heading to the gas station.
What gas station?
The one on St. Paul and West Side.
You're in BP gas station?
I'm walking, it's following me.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Are you walking to the BP gas station?
Yes. And he's walking behind me right now.
What is his white Hispanic location?
He's American.
I know. It's a white? Black?
No, it's not white. It's like black.
Okay.
Are you close by?
You said he's wearing black shirt and the gray pants?
No, I'm wearing black shirt, gray. You know, sweatsuit, a gray sweatsuit.
Gray sweatsuit. And what else?
That's all I see.
And what is your name, ma'am? And where are you exactly right now?
I'm right by the gas station. Are you coming?
Yes, ma'am. The police will be there as soon as possible. Okay, stay with me. And you said BP gas station, right?
Yes.
BP gas station between West Side and Communico?
Yes.
You still there?
He's standing by the causeway.
Okay, where is he standing again?
He's walking towards me.
Walking? Okay, ma'am, can you give me the description? It's black and what else? He's wearing gray sweatshirt and what else?
Yes.
What else?
Walking
Is he bald? He has hair? He's bald?
Yes. Yes.
I just want to make sure. Are you still there on a BP gas station?
Yes.
Okay, that was a little bit hard to listen to. Some 911 calls are easier than others. That one was just blah, and it doesn't help when they add all that beeping noise in there, trying to censor everything. Anyway, let's go on to the videos.
Do it. Get the gun. I got it. Go. Come on, go to the street.
Send us yours over here. We need traffic.
Get back, everybody get back. Where's the gun? Where's the gun? Right, he kicked off. He kicked it. He just kicked it. Hi.
Intersection, West Side of Community Park.
Go. Get out.
West Side of Community Park needs to be shut down. All units make your way. Shut around.
Put your gloves on. Sort you.
My sergeant.
I'm sorry. Move the black. Move it. Put it in the car. We have to do some orange shit, bro.
Alright, so that's some pretty choppy footage. Let's look at this again. So boom, they're out of the car. I probably should have played the surveillance footage first because that shows a better overall view of what's going on. But these guys are actually initially in the vehicle facing the other direction and a little bit further down the road. They spot them, they make a U-turn in the middle of the road, and then boom, they pull up right here. So these officers had ample time to activate their cameras before hopping out the car. Body cameras are great because they can capture what's going on and be able to back up what you say, and they can exonerate you. And it can help to somewhat quell, or I don't want to say it can 100% just stop all the bullshit lies that the anti-police crowd make, because even when there has been video evidence to show what was going on and that the officers were not wrong, some of these anti-police yahoos still just fucking blatantly made shit up and went with their bullshit stories. But for a lot of people who are kind of on the fence, who are not just fully 100% anti-police, these videos, when they exist, can help guide those people into making better informed decisions, or having better informed opinions, I guess you could say. And it gives those members of the public the ability to see their police agency or the police overall as being credible and doing things the right way. If body camera footage or no footage at all exists of these incidents, well, number one, the anti-gun, or I'm sorry, not the anti-gun, well, the anti-police and the anti-gun crowd are kind of one and the same, pretty much. But the anti-police crowd can make up whatever bullshit lies they want. The people's attorneys can make up all these fucking outlandish lies and accusations, and there's nothing to dispute that. There's nothing that the police can throw up and be like, hey, these people are lying, they're full of shit, because the footage wouldn't exist. So I think it is a best practice to turn the camera on to record mode before you ever hop out the car. Yes, the pre-event buffer is there. It can save your ass in a pinch when things happen suddenly, but we should not be relying on the buffer mode of the camera to capture things as they suddenly happen. The camera should already be recording before you ever get out of the car. So as you're responding to a call and you pull onto the street that you're supposed to be going to this call at, go ahead and turn the camera on. Set it to record. And then when you arrive on scene and you get out, the camera's already on and going. And if something were to suddenly, rapidly happen, then you don't have to worry about forgetting to turn the camera on because it's already on. That is the best thing to do. When you have to do a fight for your life or fight for someone else's life, the physical fight is one part. Then you have the mental fight if that person ends up dying. You have the mental fight to have to deal with that. And then you have the legal fight. So society has a general rule, so to speak. Killing people is a bad thing. However, there are exemptions or justifications for doing that bad thing. And using deadly physical force in the protection of yourself and or others is generally seen as an acceptable thing. The body camera can help speed up that investigative process that has to occur and show that you were justified. It can help exonerate you. So I'd much rather people have a bunch of unnecessary recordings on their camera from where they just turn it on all the time versus they end up missing a potential critical piece of evidence on camera that could help exonerate them. So the camera should have been turned on a lot sooner. And instead it's in buffer mode. We see this guy, he very quickly takes the woman into a headlock. I guess he knows at this point the police are there for him. I guess he don't want to go back. He takes her. It's hard to see, but he produces something that looks like a gun. And it's even more difficult to see who shoots. We can't see a gun come out in front of this officer, but we do see that this officer has a gun out. We don't get to see anything that looks like a muzzle flash because we do have a low light kind of scenario and a bunch of flashy lights right in here. So the muzzle flash may not have been caught in the frame right here. He gets popped. He goes down. I don't recall if they specified where he was shot at, but he was apparently, or appearing to me, to be immediately physically incapacitated. So it could have been a headshot, or it could have been a round that went into the thoracic cavity and perforated the aorta, had an almost instantaneous drop in blood pressure, and he bled out internally pretty much right in there and just wasn't able to do anything else. Or he could have got a good heart hit in, and he just happened to drop. Don't know which, but it was pretty quick for him. He doesn't appear to move any after that. Don't know who she is in relation to this girl. She might be a friend of hers or something. She might have been the one who kind of called. I don't know. But she runs up, and something happens to the camera. At first I thought maybe they had did some editing or whatever, but if you look at the timestamp 23:58:51 and you watch it, goes from 53 to 54. So it just, maybe it's a glitch within the camera or something, or just the way they turned, something covered the lens, whatever. Just makes it look like they spliced the film, but it does not appear as though they spliced it at all. She is standing there by this woman's side. Apparently, there's some kind of relationship between her and this other girl. She may be, her best friend or something like that, or a sister.
I got. Go!
They keep muting out portions of the video. So this portable radio here, I've talked about this before in other videos. I am not a fan of public safety personnel using portable radios without a remote microphone on them. Lapel mic, shoulder mic, whatever you want to call it. Not a fan of these being used without them, especially if it's going to come to law enforcement or security. It is a necessary piece of life safety equipment, in my opinion, to have one of those microphones attached to the radio. You need to be able to have both hands free and able to use your defensive tools or go hands-on with the person. You don't need to be having the radio in your hand trying to communicate in it and be basically one-handed in this fight and have the potential possibility of losing the radio in the fight. It would suck if you're by yourself, you got this radio in your hand, trying to talk into it, it gets knocked out of your hand, and now your only line of communication to get the rest of the cavalry on the way is under a car where you can't reach it, it's been dropped down a drain or something like that, or it just smashes on the ground and breaks and it can't work again. So radios need to be secured in a good pouch on your belt that they cannot come out easily, and they need to have a lapel mic attached to them so that you can be talking into the lapel mic instead of having to take the radio out of the pouch itself. A lot of people will complain about the lapel mics and say they don't stay in place. Yes, that is true. The clips on them kind of suck, but there are solutions for that. One commercial solution from a company called Mic Loop is a pretty good solution. Check them out if you have not. They produce a product that can keep your lapel mic attached to you during a fight, and it will not knock off. You can do some roll your own kind of deals at home, kind of basically make your own mic loop kind of product that will help keep your shoulder mic attached to you and not allow it to fall off so easily.
Get back, everybody get back.
They appear to have a little bit of issue with the crowds coming up. Don't know who this guy is or what he's wanting to do. Go! He appears to be a problem, and they're having to shoot him away.
Get out!
West side of Cleveland needs to be shut down. All units make your way.
And for all I know, this is probably not a very good part of town either. They're probably not very friendly towards police. And New Jersey, man, New Jersey sucks for police. It really does. They've got some really stupid ass restrictive things in place that basically tie their hands behind their back, and they're not able to do things effectively very well. The New Jersey Attorney General's office appears to be anti-police and goes after them for the dumbest things. I've read an article from them not too long ago talking about how they were charging an officer who used pepper spray against a person, and that person ended up long down the road dying from complications of it. And I just thought that was crazy that, you know, someone would be charged for using pepper spray against someone. So aside from them being in a crappy part of town, it's probably, you know, another issue of the populace just knowing that they could fuck around with the police, and the police are kind of having their hands tied because it is in their law basically that they must do all this stuff before they can use force on people. It's not very law enforcement friendly, I guess you could say. Alright, so nothing else for this body cam footage. Let's look at the surveillance footage and then we'll be done. Alright, so here is the surveillance footage. You can notice over in here where the mouse is circling at, there's that police car that I was talking about, and you are about to see the man and the woman walk through here. So they're going to be walking through this parking lot. You see they turn their lights on, they whip a U-turn, and then they meet them over here in the street. This angle doesn't provide any other better visuals. It's just a more of an overview kind of thing. You can't really see much of anything at all. And it doesn't even appear that you can see a muzzle flash or anything like that. And then we see more of where that other girl comes from, really. She comes running, sprinting across the walkway here. And then this damn taxi. This guy's bold. Yeah. If they could figure out who that was, that person definitely needs to be charged in some way. Alright, so that's it. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.